Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. I'm back with another vinyl and music update. If I sound a bit weird, I'm fighting a cold right now, so sorry, but I wanted to get a video out nonetheless, so yeah, like I've said before, this is just stuff I picked up. When I remember the prices, I'll let you know. Got some vinyl, got some CDs, got some tapes. So let's get into it. First up, I got this for... Well, I got this in a thing that was three for $10. So I don't know, like $6 or something. I don't know. I'm no good with math. Sorry. That's Creedence Clearwater Revival with Green River. Classic old school CCR. You gotta love it. You really do. It's got Lodi on it. It's got Bad Moon Rising. It's CCR, man. It's like, well, you can't go wrong with it. There are certain bands, I've come to the conclusion, that you don't have to explain yourself. You pick up a CCR record, you don't need to explain why you got it. It's a CCR record. That's all you need to know. Okay, next, this was also in that 3 for $10. This one's actually a bit of a steal, and that is Lynyrd Skynyrd, the Second Helping. Skynyrd's great, and honestly, a lot of their, I have this tendency when I find their stuff out in the wild, either, if it's brand new, it's quite expensive, and if it's, a vintage copy, it's usually in such good condition that people are charging, an arm and a leg for it. So, it's kind of that middle ground. It's if you can find one at a good price, it may not be the greatest quality. This one, the record is fine, but the sleeve itself, you can't really... I don't know if you can see it, but, yeah, I got, tape along the bottom and the top. It was completely seam split, both sides, but... the record plays fine, so who really cares about the sleeve? So, yeah. And next, this was the last one I got from that 3 for $10. And this is... I'm just trying to find out what number this is. This is a Chicago with 9. I think it's Chicago 9. They have like 43 albums or something, so you lose track. My first time actually listening to Chicago, but I just heard kind of the definition, what are Chicago? Like a rock and roll band with horns. And that's exactly what it is. This is from 77. It's good stuff. It really is. And, at that price, even as a blind buy, it's worth it. Also, I mean, this is a gatefold, so I love gatefolds, honestly. And, it's a cool addition to the collection, I find. Is it gonna rewrite, the history of music? I don't think so. Well, at least not for me, but it's a fun little record, so I'm quite happy with that. Next, I got this one for $14, and this is Into Eternity with Buried in Oblivion. Now, I haven't listened to this yet. I'm actually having a bit of an issue with my record player. It's running a little bit slow, and I'm not really sure about how to adjust the speed on it. So, probably this weekend, hopefully, if I'm feeling okay, I'll be able to at least go in and, ask the place where I got it, quite a while back, how do you adjust the speed on this? Because there's no speed options anywhere. Next, this is also $14. This is, again, Into Eternity with The Scattering of Ashes. From what I know, these are prog metal type people. Like I said, haven't listened to them, but again, for that price as a blind buy, I don't mind that. My issue is when you pay like $30 for a blind buy and then it's trash. Then then we have a bit of an issue. Okay. Uh, these next three were also in that 3 for $10 thing. Literally, it's a flea market near where I live, and they have like a big bin of like 3 for $10, and you can pick your way through. Every now and then, you find some good stuff, especially stuff that you wouldn't think would be there, but every now and then is. Like this one, which is Todd Rundgren with Initiation. I haven't listened to this yet. A bunch of these I haven't really listened to yet due to my record player speed thing. But Todd Rundgren, it's cool. And 3 for $10, you can't go wrong at those prices. Now, if you've watched I think it was my last video, or maybe the one before, I don't know, you will remember the Strawbs. So I picked up another one. This is Bursting at the Seams. The Strawbs broke up, and then three of the members went on to found what was that other band? They did that album Suspended Animation. I can't quite remember the name of them, but essentially it's the same band. So just listen. Just more of the same. I have no problem with that. And again, 3 for $10. Not complaining. So, of course, yet again, also another Strawbs record with deep cuts. Yeah. As you can tell, this isn't in the greatest shape. This is all beat up. The thing with these is they are purely the covers that are beat up. The records themselves, they don't tend to sell for much, I've noticed, so you can find some good deals on them. Next, this was $7.99. Got this off Discogs, actually. And that is Corey Hart with First Offense. I got this simply because I wanted Sunglasses at Night on vinyl. And it was cheaper to buy the album than it was to buy the single. So, take that for what you will. That's the second time that's happened. First time was with Phil Collins. Second time was with Corey Hart. Next up, we have Asia from Asia. I haven't listened to this yet. Heat of the Moment's on it, It's, honestly, even if this was like, $4.99, even if the album's trash, that's a cool cover. Take it for what you will. Okay. Next, this one cost me $25. And it's a bit of a strange one in my collection. I'll get to why in a second. That's Metallica, Master of Puppets. I like the early Metallica stuff. Everything from Kill 'Em All to the Black Album, I'm kind of fine with. My history with Metallica is, essentially they got me kicked off Napster, and I held a grudge. You shouldn't be attacking your fans for sharing your music. Attack the thing doing it, that's fine, but don't take it out on the fans when, for doing the stuff that made you famous to begin with. Just saying. So yeah, the story behind this was, here in, Ontario, we have just gotten back HMV. They've reopened new stores in Toys R Us, so they have like a little section in there. They got records, they got, they got vinyl, they got Blu-rays, they got movies, they got DVDs, CDs, manga, everything, like all this good stuff. And I'm really happy to see them back. I mean, HMV was a part of my childhood, like my entire childhood. I always used to go to HMV. So, I was really kind of glad that they're back, let's just say that. So, I grabbed this in there. Like I said, it was $25. It's one of the cheaper that's something I can say for Metallica and their blackened recordings. Um, they have their own pressing plant, so they can keep a bit of a lower price. And $25 for Masters of Puppets is really great when you consider if you want to get like Peace Sells Who's Buying by Megadeth, you're looking at about $43. So I'm just saying, there's a bit of a discrepancy there, but it is what it is. Next up, I got this for $20. That is Duran Duran, Seven and the Ragged Tiger. Honestly, Duran Duran is one of those bands. I always had it in my mind that I didn't like Duran Duran. And I think what it is they got lobbed in with all those other, like, 80s, like, pop, like, new wave kind of, like, trash bands. And it's not a fair comparison. They're a much better band than that, and this is a damn good album. So I'm really happy to have it. Okay. Next up, I got this one for not $10. It was cheaper than that. I got this for $7.99, and that is Helix, No Rest for the Wicked. Now, here's something to think about. If you're a metal fan and you're a vinyl fan and you want to pick up some pretty decent music, but you don't want to pay a fortune, you can't go wrong with Helix. They're actually quite a solid little, like, I don't really want to call them hair metal, even though officially I guess that's what they'd be listed as, but they're just like a good, like, kind of like, I want to say, like, not super heavy metal, but really a few steps above hard rock, but not truly metal, but a really good album, and you can find them cheap because, I don't know, I guess no one wants them, and the condition this is in is kind of mind-blowing. It really is. I mean, I'm not even seeing any, real wear and tear on it, but yeah, you can find them cheap. So definitely don't sleep on those if you want to, build up your vinyl collection as well as, on the cheap. Let's say that. Next up, we got another Helix record, and that's Walking the Razor's Edge. Sorry. Again, this was $6.99. They're super cheap. I don't know why. It's just they're not AC/DC. They're not, they're not a band that, like, their back catalog sells for a whole lot of money, so you can pick them up pretty cheap, and you can get some good music out of the deal. And last up for vinyl, I got this for $10.99. That is Van Halen with Fair Warning. It's got Unchained on it, which is a kick-ass song. It really is. I'm trying to get all the Van Halen records on vinyl, but how can I put it? I don't want to pay for them. I don't want to pay like the $20 or $30 for a new one, so I'll grab a vintage one when it comes up. Some, like, the early ones you can get pretty cheap, honestly. I don't think I've paid more than $10.99 for any of the up to Fair Warning. Everything before that I haven't paid more than $10 for. So, take that for what you will, but I guess they were just reprinted. They're, like, repressed so often that it kinda is good for the consumer. Okay, now we just got some CDs and some tapes. So, first CD, we got Decade by Duran Duran. Like I said before, they're a good band. If you're if you're thinking, like I don't like Duran Duran, just give them another shot. You might, like me, you might not be remembering it correctly. So just saying. And next up, I'm pretty sure I haven't shown this yet. I might have shown this on my last one. If I have, sorry, but I don't think I did. This is the tour edition from Powerwolf of Call of the Wild. So you get double CD, you get Call of the Wild. Come here. And you get Missa Cantorum 2. This is essentially like it's other people doing. I think is it pretty much? Is it the songs of this? Yeah, so essentially, it's all the songs are on Call of the Wild. This is all of them done by other artists. And you got some interesting people. You got people from let's see here, from Blind Guardian. You got I'm trying to see anyone else that I really recognize. Tommy Johansson, Sabaton. It's good. It's good shit. I actually already own this on vinyl, but when I saw the tour edition and that cover, I mean, there's something about Powerwolf and their covers. They just kind of rock. I like them. There. So now we are down to tapes. So first we have Styx with Edge of the Century. It Styx. This cost me. This was $1. Tapes are usually cheap, so it is what it is, right? Then we got Huey Lewis in the News. Again, it was $1. What am I gonna turn down Huey Lewis in the News just because no? And last we got Nuclear Assault, Handle with Care. This was $2.99. So again, you're coming home with me. I'll listen to you. I'll keep you going. So yeah. So that's my music and vinyl haul. Like I said, sorry if I'm sound a bit clogged up or whatever. Got a cold. It's kind of irritating to say the least. But yeah, so I'm a little at I'm at a little bit of a strange point where I don't know what I'm gonna be doing for videos, because it used to be always every month I'd at least probably have a vinyl update and a horror pack and everything, but I'm not getting horror pack anymore, so now it's what do I want to put out there? So I don't know. I'm thinking of probably bringing back some of the older things I've done before, BDG Book Club. That's few and far between, but they're fun when they happen. Maybe some of the head-to-head stuff that I've done in the past, where I look at two movies that are literally the same. I remember I did one on what was it? Autopsy of Jane Doe and Possession of Hannah Grace, and it was kind of neat because they're literally the same movie. They're not supposed to be, but they are. So maybe I bring some of those back, perhaps. I don't know, maybe some just collection updates. I mean, I've gotten a lot of stuff, movie-wise recently that I haven't shown off. Well, here's a question. If you're watching this video, just let me know down below. Would you want another shelf by shelf? I've done them before. They've been very fun. They kill my back, but they're fun to do. My collection's grown quite a bit since the last one, so just let me know. Leave a comment below if that's something you want. But yeah, that's it for me. See you next time.